Hey, okay, so if you saw the Our Fears video, that Serena started ranting about the Titanic
And she
and
wanted
how
me to
she
do a
let
video.
go
Yeah.
of his hand. So I kind of found it interesting and thought it was pretty funny. So
she wanted to see
I
me rant about it.
decided to put it on YouTube.
She wanted to
And
see
she's
me rant
okay
about
with it, so.
Yeah. You know
Plus
what?
she'll probably start ranting about One Direction right after that, so.
It's a process. But first of all, they felt it was like basically like love at first sight, right? And you're in love with him, and he even drew you naked. Like, come on now, that's love. And
So if somebody draws you naked, you're automatically in love with that person?
No. You fell in love with him, and you tell him, "Oh, Jack, I'll never let you go. The Titanic, everyone's dying and freezing to death." And you see that raft, and there is clearly enough room for two people, possibly.
Have you ever
three,
tried to
and
get on a
small
raft?
Child. It doesn't matter. You could fit another person in there. You get an adrenaline rush, and you pull that person up on that raft because you do not want him to die. But she do that? No, she was selfish because she was all rich and she wanted that raft all to herself.
I attempted it. It is actually quite difficult to get two people on the same floating object.
Well, she could have at least tried. She didn't even try.
It was in the script.
No. Because I'm pretty sure this happened in real life. Okay, but if this happened in real life, you would have at least tried to pull him up.
Yeah, but he's too nice a guy. He wouldn't have even tried because he'd be like, oh, we're gonna both fall in and both die. So why don't I just die and save your life?
He would not do that. All right, you would have lived. You're cold.
Well, he's apparently too nice of a guy.
Well, she's too rich and snobby to be like, hey, come on the raft with me, because obviously there's enough room. But apparently they had a whole distance thing. Like, you can't be you can't be this close to a girl, and apparently that's like invading her personal space. So obviously there wasn't enough room on the raft, even if you're trying to survive. And even though he didn't get on the raft, she still let him go. She still let him sink into the ocean.
What are you supposed to do? Take him home and stick him in your freezer?
Never let him go, like she said. Bring out his dead body. I don't know.
So what are you gonna do? Because if you never let go, are you gonna sit at the grave holding his hand out of the ground?
Just wait until you get to the coastline, like she did, and then give those guys his dead body.
Okay, well, I mean, you just said never let go. Never means forever, so that means she'd be holding his hand in the grave.
Then she just cuts off that part of his hand and holds his hand forever.
That is disgusting.
That is kind of weird. No, but seriously though, she let him go. She let him sink to the bottom of the ocean where the sharks probably ate his body, and sharks don't even like the taste of humans, so I don't even know what she was thinking. At least try and hold on to him, but no, her stupid little frail hands gave up and let him go and let him sink into the ocean. That was the love of her life. That was the love of her life. I'm sorry, but if it was the love of my life, I'm sorry, but if this was Ronald Horan, I would sacrifice myself and I would put myself in the water and put him on that raft. So
that's what he did. You just said
but she did. I didn't say it. He didn't tell me he would never let me go. She said she would never let him go, and she lied.
Yeah, but
Niall Horan would not say that.
Yeah, but you said
I would not say that.
Yeah, but you said why didn't they try? You just said you would sacrifice yourself. That's what he did.
No, she didn't try. I'm yelling at her. It's not his fault. It's her fault.
So then, wouldn't it be?
She didn't sacrifice anything. He sacrificed everything.
So then, wouldn't it be his fault if he let you go? And he didn't. If he didn't ask you, come on, get on this door with me, he would be at fault.
No. I said if I were on the raft and that was Niall Horan, I would get in the ocean and he would get on the raft, and I wouldn't say don't ever let me go because I would want him to let me go so I can freeze and die and let him live.
I wonder if you could switch off and you would survive. Like if you just
maybe
rotated.
You could take turns kicking. That would have worked too. But were they smart enough back then? No, they didn't even think about that.
They just thought to float there and die.
Exactly.
Honestly, you see the boats.
Yeah,
they may be far away.
At least try and paddle there instead of just waiting.
Not just that, but you also get warmer when you move.
Exactly.
So I wouldn't have sat there. I would have been like, come on, door. You're coming with me. Paddle, 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 paddle.
Like, who does she think she is?
It's not just her fault.
It's her fault. He sacrificed his life. And he wouldn't have to sacrifice.
He's the dumb butt who didn't say, let's try and get on the door together.
He was being gentlemanly. But if she was a little bit less selfish, this wouldn't have happened. Everything would be great.
No.
Everything would have been perfect.
No.
Because she would have been
Because,
like,
okay.
she would have been like, if she was smart, she would have been all like, okay, I'm not letting you get on this all by yourself. I mean, I'm not letting you, you know, make me take this whole raft by myself.
Okay,
You're coming
well,
with
if
me.
he was smart, he would have suggested, let's get on the raft together,
He was
not...
a gentleman, and he didn't care about his own life.
That's not being cool. That's
called,
like, okay.
That's called being sacrificial.
No. That's being like, okay, here, you stay on the raft. I'll go and kill myself. He's being the loser hero that dies in the end.
Loser hero? No, he's sacrificing himself for love. There's nothing stronger
Why
than
would you
love.
sacrifice for your...
Because he loves her so much, alright?
Wait.
Think about it this way. They were dying. All he wanted was her to survive.
But if he...
And he was willing to sacrifice his own life, and she wasn't. And that is not true love. And you know what? The marriage, that if they got married, it would have ended up at her being unfaithful. She would have cheated, and she would have, like...
Wait. Now you're
she
just
would
going...
have kicked him out in the streets. Even if he did survive, she would have been, like, a horrible wife. She would have been, like... all like, do this and that for me, and everything would have been like crap.
Okay, now you're just making assumptions. And second
No,
of all...
this is true. She would have been greedy with everything.
Breathe. And second of all, no offense, but honestly, if you love the girl, why would you sacrifice yourself? Don't say anything for a sec. But, like, if you really loved her, you would try and survive to be with her.
He didn't think he could.
Well, I wouldn't marry somebody who doesn't have that much optimism.
He's putting you first.
Yeah, but I would
want my
smack
guy
him. If I was her, I would have smacked him and be like, you get on this goddamn door or I will drown you.
They were dying. They were panicking. People were screaming all around them.
Well,
They had no time to think about future marriages, but I do. Wanna know why? Because I'm not on a Titanic, and I am not dying. Well, actually, you never know. I could be dying right now. But... I have enough time to think this through, but they did not. And she was stupid, and he was the only one that was thinking rationally. And she was not. He was thinking very rationally. You know, maybe he didn't think that she wasn't gonna do that. Maybe he thought, maybe he was like, maybe if I do this, she's gonna say no, don't do that. But did she know? Because she's a selfish little.
Well, honestly, if I were him, I wouldn't have said that. I wouldn't have been like, here, you get on the door. I'll go and like freeze to death in the ocean while holding your hand. I would have said...
Okay, think of it also as this way. It was back in like it was back in the 1900s where everything was like ladies first, blah, blah, blah. So he was being very kind and courteous because you cannot think of it about this modern day times. But even like he was being very gentlemanly, and that's what you would do back in the day. But nowadays it's not the same. But back then that's how they thought. Like you had to sacrifice your life for that girl that you loved.
Well, that was a stupid thought.
And she didn't. It was supposed to, I mean, like she's so dumb.
Well, that was a stupid thought. Who would sacrifice themselves if they love the person? If I love somebody, I'm never letting them go.
If I love someone, I'd sacrifice myself.
I wouldn't.
Because if they really truly loved me, they wouldn't let me sacrifice myself.
No, because think about it. If you sacrifice yourself, first of all, you're killing the love because you're going to be dead. You can't love a dead.
Okay,
you can't.
wait.
I'm not done.
Like I said.
I'm not done. I'm not done. Pause. I know you're
All right,
ranting.
all
but
right.
Okay. So you people are listening to our rants.
Mm-hmm.
So listen to this, and she's going to deny it.
Yeah, I
But
will.
okay, so put it this way. It's like if you sacrifice yourself, first of all, you're not going to be able to love that guy or girl anymore. You're dead, dude. It's done. Unless you believe in like an after thingy that maybe it's possible. But she won't know that. Second of all, when you just sacrifice yourself, they're in a panicking mode. They're not going to be thinking, oh my god, I gotta save him. They're thinking, I gotta save myself. That's the general human reaction.
No, it's not.
Listen. I said listen. That's the general reaction is to just save, just to
Your loved
be
ones.
saved. Just to be saved.
Save
That's
your
the general thing. Not
Human
everybody...
instinct is stupid. I have good human instinct. Everyone else has horrible human instinct. Just saying.
And the third thing is, no offense, but if you expect them to say, don't sacrifice yourself, then why would you say it in the first place?
Because you expect them to say it.
Listen. Shh. I'm talking. I'm not done.
Excuse me.
Yeah, but you kept ranting, so I got my turn to rant now. Okay.
This was my idea for my rant. Just let me rant and have my freaking moment.
Because it's not fair. No, because your ranting doesn't make much, like, complete sense. It makes some sense. But, like, okay, if you want them to stop you from trying to say you're gonna sacrifice yourself, then don't say it in the first place, right? Like,
Then just do it.
no! Then don't sacrifice yourself and try to make something that works for the both of you. Instead of saying, oh, I'm gonna go sacrifice myself so you can die a lonely, pitiful death.
The thing is, the way the way a sacrifice works is like if I sacrifice myself, they will have a better life.
No, they won't!
Well, they don't know that. My mom's here.
Okay, no offense, but real fast. But if they love you, then they're gonna have a horrible life because they're
they
gonna
will
miss
do
you.
it. They don't know. They don't realize that. Maybe they think that love is one way. All right.
Well, he obviously knows it wasn't one way because they had mutual
he
feelings, and it was
doesn't know
shown.
that. He does not know that.
He
No,
does.
guys. Bye. Heart face.
He does because she said "I love you" and stuff like that, so he
Yeah, but
knows.
People can say "I love you" and not mean it.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure he knows because she literally jumped back on the freaking ship to be with him.
Okay, well, guess what? I didn't even see that part. I didn't watch the Titanic. I saw the last part. I mean, I know the story of the Titanic, and all I know is that she let him go because she's a selfish jerk.
Hey! They pushed her on a boat. She jumped back on the Titanic to be with him.
Yeah,
That is
well,
not selfish.
She should have done it again.
Rude.
No, she was rude. She was a horrible person.
You're being rude. He
She was
was,
a horrible person. Bye, guys. Love you.
and he
Mwah,
is a
subscribe,
loser who sacrificed
comment,
himself.
And tell everyone that I'm right, please. Thank you.
Now I'm alone, so I can tell them you're not right.
Guys. Mwah. Meow.
She'll be back on. Don't meow with the camera. Okay. So, it turned out longer than I thought. I was just gonna make it short, but, yeah. So, I guess it's more of a verse rant. So, I guess you can comment your ideas, maybe rant a bit yourself if you want, and, I don't know, apparently she wants to know who's right or wrong, so I guess comment on who you think makes sense or who you think is right. I really don't care. I just see it a different way, I guess. But, okay, so, yeah, I kind of can't do much without her because I told her I wouldn't unless I talk to her, so, okay, bye! Love you!